Before folding wings showed up on little bush planes and weekend kit builds, they were born at sea, out of necessity, desperation, and a total lack of storage space. And like most dangerous ideas, it began in the chaos of World War I. I'm Bill, and this is Buffalo Air Park. Let's dive in. Today, we're taking a look at two aircraft that come from completely different worlds, but share one genius piece of engineering: folding wings. One was built for survival on the brutal decks of Royal Navy warships. The other was built for practicality in a quiet hangar in upstate New York. This is the tale of the Short Type 184 and the Fairchild FC-1, and the two very different reasons engineers decided wings should be bent. Part 1. The War Machine with a Folding Trick. The year is 1915. The world is at war, and the Royal Navy needs a way to carry aircraft aboard ships without giving up precious deck space. Enter the Short Type 184, a massive seaplane designed by aviation pioneer Horace Short. With a 63-foot wingspan, this thing wasn't so much a plane as it was a flying boat shed, and it came with a problem: storage. Warships didn't have hangar facilities yet. Everything had to fold to survive, so engineers built one of the earliest operational folding wing systems in aviation history. And it wasn't delicate, it was mechanical brutality at its best. The wings didn't fold up, they folded back, straight against the fuselage like a giant wooden barn door. The locking system was inspired by artillery, not aviation. The front spar used a splined and threaded spigot and socket secured with a quarter turn, just like loading a field gun, because hey, if it works for high explosives, why not aircraft wings? When folded on a stormy carrier deck, the wings were locked in place by a rotating steel shaft in the fuselage, because the last thing you want during a North Sea gale is your airplane trying to take off without you. And the Short 184 just didn't look tough, it made history. In 1915, one launched the world's first successful airdrop torpedo attack, sinking a Turkish supply ship. Another was the only British aircraft to take part in the Battle of Jutland, the largest naval battle of the First World War. But my favorite detail? If the radio failed, the crew used carrier pigeons. Yes, folding wings, torpedoes, and a basket of birds. Aviation was weird and wonderful from the very beginning. Part 2. Fairchild FC-1, folding for convenience, not combat. Jump ahead to 1926 and the world has moved on. Linen and wire have given way to steel tubes and enclosed cabins. And in America, a young inventor named Sherman Fairchild is building something utterly new. An aircraft designed not for war, but for business. The Fairchild FC-1 wasn't built to fight off U-boats. It was built to carry cameras. Fairchild needed a stable aerial photography platform for a survey company, something reliable, comfortable, and simple to maintain. So he gave the world one of the first fully enclosed aircraft cabins, a heated cockpit, and hydraulic landing gear, all in 1926. But the real genius was hanging off each side, folding wings. Unlike the Short 184, the FC-1 didn't live on battleships. It lived in farm fields and small airstrips, places where hangar space was limited or non-existent. So Fairchild designed his wings to fold in 2 minutes. Just 2 men, pull the hinge pins, swing them back, and suddenly you had a 44-foot airplane that stored in only 13 feet of space. The original FC-1 used a clever single-swivel strut system that stayed attached even when folded. When the design evolved into the FC-2, engineers revised the hinge clearance and added a small folding wing section near the aileron, something that even resembles an early flap design. And here's another favorite. When the wings were locked open for flight, the pilot confirmed it the same way your grandfather secures his lawnmower in the shed, with a giant Yale padlock hanging in plain view, because nothing says airworthy like your local hardware store approved flight safety. Good times. One of these Fairchilds even made history as Stars and Stripes, the aircraft used by Admiral Richard Byrd's Antarctic expedition. making it the first plane to fly over Antarctica. Conclusion: 2 wings, 1 idea. So, what did these 2 machines have in common? The shore Type 184 folded its wings for war to survive life at sea and squeeze into the belly of carriers like the HMS Furious. Its design was heavy, industrial, overbuilt. It had to be. Lives depended on it. The Fairchild FC-1 folded its wings for practicality, to fit into small hangars, trailers, and rough landing strips. It wasn't built with steel cannons and marine storms in mind. It was built for everyday pilots. Same idea, same solution. 2 completely different worlds. War made folding wings possible. Fairchild made them practical. And that little idea has flown across the century, from naval float planes to workhorse bush planes to modern sport aircraft like the Kit Fox and the Icon A5. Because in aviation, as in life, sometimes the best ideas are the ones that bend. And that wraps up another tale from aviation's stranger side. Until next time, keep your eyes on the skies.